It's already so hot now that I feel cold when I turn on my aircon, but I feel hot when I don't have my aircon on. Oh well. いきます。VKanon's KiDoAiRaku. Konnichiwa! Hi everyone, V here as always from Tokyo, Japan. We are now in midsummer. It's so hot right now. I actually kinda regret wearing long sleeve even though it's so hot when I'm walking outside on the street. The sun is like super strong. It's still very cooling inside convenience store, inside the train or cafe. So I'm in a limbo right now. Well, I can walk with like shorter sleeve, but I'm also lazy to really put on my parasol, so I will bear with this for a while. I try not to talk too much today because I'm also running out of time, and for the last few episodes I've been going for more than 20 minutes. No, I should aim for under 20 minutes. Okay, I'll do my best. Here comes VKanon's updates. Tokyo is not going any better with the pandemic. People still go out anyway. Yesterday I went to Shinjuku and there was actually a riot, a rally. Some people walking around saying let's stop Olympic. Comparing to other countries, rally in Japan is very peaceful. There's actually police everywhere to protect them. That's all I can say. At last I managed to get a slot for my vaccination, but it will be all the way in September, my birthday month. I really stayed in front of the computer for like almost an hour to be able to get a vaccine slot through the online reservation. Well, a lot of people are also spamming, so the website keep on going down as well. There's no more slot at all for August, so I need to wait all the way till September. I went out on the weekend, although not as a lot of happening compared to last weekend. On Saturday, after a very early job in Scrap, I went to Mr. Donut to have 3 pastries. After that, I had my lessons, 6 kids plus 1 trial lesson. Right away, I went to Harajuku. I wanted to go to La Forêt. So Harajuku La Forêt is currently having a sale starting from last Saturday. And when I went last Saturday, it was like a marketplace. Indonesia will say it like kayak pasar. There were queues and there were lots of people. On Sunday, I had the first 2 exams for the later half of this year. Starting from Thai exam, a written one, level 4 out of 5, 5 being the easiest. It was so hard to read the Thai letters that at the end, at the reading comprehension, I just didn't have enough time to read the whole thing. I start to do elimination method, so I see which sentence I think I've seen the sentence before, which is not easy at all because everything just looked like lolly and salsa. Everything just have my toe. I actually planned to take the exam in November this year when I started telling my teacher that I want to study for it last year after the level 5 exam, but I decided to go YOLO and try it this month. Well, my teacher said that I can do it, so I think I can pass, but maybe not as high as I expected. I need to ask her a lot of questions. After that, I met my partner, we had quick lunch, and then we went to cat cafe for almost an hour. It was really a relaxation time. The cats were all very senang. Of course, they only come when there's food, but they don't bite. They are very used to human. As expected of cat cafe in Japan. After that, I had my second test, which is Chinese oral test. This is my second time taking speaking test. The first one being TOEIC back 2 years ago. So for TOEIC, each of the participants are connected to this computer and we were given headphone with a microphone that's attached with it. But for this one, first part of the exam is like we listen to the sentence and then we repeat after it. So we were all seated separately, but it's a big hall, so we can hear the sound all together. And then when we do the recording, we can also overheard another person, although of course the recording thing records the nearest voice the loudest. It was truly hard to concentrate. The second part is we see picture and then we were to talk about the picture. Even harder to concentrate because we were given 2 minutes, but I finished all by like 30 seconds and it made me feel uneasy because there are people who can keep on talking for 2 minutes. I'm like, am I like not long enough or something like that? Well, I'm going to talk a bit about what really came out. So the first question was, there's this picture of a man and a lady looking into a bowl that usually people using it to cook porridge. So I say, today mom fell sick, so dad decided to cook for her. Dad is actually good at cooking, but because of work he is always busy and he can't cook. At the end he cooked not bad and mom is like super grateful to him. My narrative creating skill is really going down. I need to practice more with writing fanfiction. Oh man. The second question is a man opening the front part of a car with a phone, having a phone call. So I wrote, today Onisan, today my older brother's car broke. He is super nervous because he needs to go to the office soon because he have an important meeting. So he right away called me because he wants to borrow my bicycle. So I right away go to his place and he told me thank you. I put a lot of kansie, which is kansha, grateful, in all my narrative. The third part, we were given 2 questions and we were to answer it. First question was, if you are on a job hunting, how will you explain your plus point? I think I kinda mistaken this question. I wonder if the examiner wants to hear about what is my good point, or the examiner wants to know how you will introduce good point to a company. Because I answered that how I will represent my good point is depending on what the company wants. Let's say if I'm applying for a teaching for a school, I will say that I really enjoy seeing kids having fun and I want them to become a better person. If I'm applying for a place where they sell food, then I'll say that I like to cook and I like to see people becoming happy after eating what I cook. I wonder if that's right. I don't know, I think I'm getting too realistic. And the next one, the last question, is if you were given a chance to go back to the past to see your younger self, will you do it? And give the reason why. I actually answered that no, I will not go back because I love the current me the most right now. I'm super thankful that even though I definitely have done something wrong, people around me are actually very supportive, such as my parents, my friends. But if I were to go back to the past, I will just tell my younger self to not waste time. I don't know, just be grateful. Kansie, mata kansha. Gratitude. I think a good answer would be something like, of course I will want to go back, because I overheard another participant saying the word hohoi, hokai, which means regret. Something happened here and then I regret it. I would say sorry or I would change something. I think that's the answer that the examiner will really want. I will need to wait for 1 month for the results. I'm not too sure about the Thai language. In August, I decided to take a break from really studying. I decided to finish 2 Japanese books that my boss recommended. I'll do my best. It's time for Manga Time! The main talk, continuing the alphabet keyword talk, and it happens to be that today I'll be talking about P, and P is for peach. Okay, this may not be the most attractive or the most everyone wants to try kind of food because this is actually vitamin drink. At first I thought of doing ice cream, but then after staying in my room for about 2 hours, I start to feel a bit cold and I'm not too sure about what to have for lunch, so this will be my lunch. So since last 2 months ago, I guess, I've really been into Japanese vitamins drink. I'm not into energy drink, okay? Because I don't want to get into the deep hellhole of energy drink. But instead, I super love vitamin drink because they are just jelly and well, they taste good and they should be healthy. This is one of my favorite flavor, which is peach. There's also muscat grape, there's also apple. Most of them actually taste really good. So without further ado, I do take multivitamins every morning after my breakfast. I haven't had milk today. Maybe I'll grab milk before going to work today. Itadakimasu! Oishii. On Saturdays, when I would usually have 4 lessons in a row, I always opt for vitamin drink. As I mentioned before, today's main talk will be about P. Before I really introduce what I have in mind about P, let me read this one message. MF Ansari guessed that P would be about photography or about productivity or procrastination. Thank you you so much for the guessing. Although they are not right, it shows how much you understand how I am as a person. I will talk a bit about the 3 keywords. Starting from photography, I actually am very bad at taking photo. I don't really have the eyes to, do angling or lighting and all those. That's why I'm a big fan of snow. But instead, I really enjoy doing photo shoot. I can't be behind the camera, but I really enjoy being in front. That's the reason why, even though I took the audio engineering course, I prefer to sing on stage instead of doing all the backstage thing. And I need to do photo shoot soon for my 2022 calendar, my cosplays to be exact. I need to finish my costumes first, hopefully by August or by this month. Next, P for productivity. I'm very productive when I know I won't be free in the future. Let's say if I have a trip coming up, I will do my best to clear everything. I really don't like to bring my computer on my trips. With the same reason, I can only be productive when there's a deadline. That's why my blog, my Twitter are like very slow, because I don't really have deadline that is given by someone else. Of course, the answer is the biggest enemy you have is yourself, something like that. But I truly need deadline. I'm the type who really wants to do everything until the end. That's why I mentioned before, the reason why I don't really start blogging right away, same goes with doing this video, is because once I do a lot and I don't want to stop until it's the end of it. Sometimes it makes me sacrifice sleeping time, but I think it's good to be productive. Well, once I sit down, I don't want to get up anymore. The reason why my table is actually not tidy. I have my lip balm, I have hand moisturizer, I have everything. I truly don't want to get up anymore once I am seated down. Last one, P for procrastination. Usually, what makes me procrastinate, my ways to procrastinate will be 1, taking a nap. Sofa and bed are like the true enemy after I have dinner or after I have breakfast sometime. And another enemy or another condition is, of course, no deadline. And lastly, when I start playing game, Sudoku to be exact, whether it's the paper version or it's the phone version. Well, sometimes I also surf the web to do online shopping or like to maybe plan for an upcoming trip. But that's about it. Now it's time for the real P. I'll be talking about P for place. And I decided to connect it to KiDoAiRaku, which place make me happy, angry, sad, and joy. Let me start with what place makes me happy. As an introvert, my home is happy. I'm the happiest when I'm at home. I'm also the happiest when I'm at gym, because gym have onsen, big bathtub. Although lately I'm more into shower, but I really like to feel refreshed after sweating from working out. I think what makes me happy is having my own corner, a place where I can be both productive, I can also be relaxed, is a place that makes me happy. That's why I love my home. Even though gym is a shared area, because I'm with my personal trainer, I still have my own space. Introvert being introvert, definitely a place where I can be alone. Next one is place that will make me angry. Well, this may sound a bit offensive, but sometimes government-related place, let's say immigration, doesn't really make me too happy. Sometimes it makes me angry because, well, staff are not really fast. I'm not trying to blame anyone because it is still a tough work, whether it's Indonesia, whether it's Japan, when it comes to paperwork and more privacy related places, it's always more troublesome. So that's all I can say about angry. Place that will make me go sad, I think hospital. I don't mind dentist though, because the dentist I'm using currently in Japan, she's very kind. A fun fact, she's actually an Indonesian. I didn't know that until I went to the place. She was so surprised that I'm also an Indonesian and I reserved without really knowing that an Indonesian is working there. But anyway, some private clinic, even in Japan, I don't really enjoy it. Of course, there are a lot of people. Not only the queue is long, when we meet the doctor, they also doesn't really want to listen until the end. The reception is also not the friendliest person on earth. Well, at least in Japan, the health insurance is actually very good. Well, I find it very good. I just don't like being rushed when I have a lot of trouble. I mean, I won't go to a hospital without having any trouble, right? And when it comes to enjoy, a lot of places to be exact. Starting from live concerts or the Seiyu events, of course. I actually enjoy going to airport. I love shopping in general, so airports in Japan also are good places to shopping, to enjoy. In Japan, a lot of the airports actually have open airspace where we can actually see the aeroplane fly. I really enjoy that when it comes to Japan's airport. Next one, of course, amusement park, especially Disneyland. I need to go back very soon. The last time I went was September, so time for my annual Disney trip. I also enjoy going to karaoke room in Japan, although I think I haven't been singing for 6 months, I think. I'm just a bit lazy to go though. It's not that I stopped enjoying singing, but yeah, I'm just lazy to go. When it comes to shopping, I actually really love drugstore, bookstore, Tokyo Hands for the stationeries as well as the supermarket. I can stay for like 1 to 2 hours at those places, just looking around, looking for new makeup, reference books, food to try. They are also biggest enemy when it comes to my wallet. Comparing to clothing store, I also enjoy clothing store, of course, especially fast fashion ones such as Zara, GU as well as H&M. Comparing to the boutique kind, store where I can explore by my own. Because when it comes to boutique, well, the stuff will come like, this is cute, right? You know, you can wear with this, and this is also like very popular. One color of it is already gone, something like that. I don't really like that kind of yakitori, that kind of exchange. I mentioned before that even window shopping made me very happy, but yes, I like places where I can be alone when shopping. That's why I also enjoy factory outlet. Well, of course, factory outlet consists of boutiques, but I just enjoy window shopping in general. I figured out that I enjoy places where I can be away from my PC, because when I have my PC, I just start working, whether it's blogging or whether it's also work. But when I only have my phone, I will not do any work, because even though of course I can type stuff on my phone, I still prefer to type real keyboard. I find it faster and more efficient that way. That's why I won't do my work when I only have my phone. Taking away my laptop is the best way to make me sleep earliest as well. That's why during trips, I would sleep before 12 a.m. That's all for the main talk. Alright, it's ending time. I try not to talk too much today, but I'm not sure. So next week, of course, I'll be talking about Q. I wonder how. I'll see. I'll think about it. And I mentioned that this week we will have holidays in Japan due to the Olympics. So maybe I'll have a lot to update next week. Maybe I'll keep the main talk short again. I'll be ending with another Nihongo hitokoto Nihongo. One phrase Japanese one phrase. Yes, and so here it goes. いつの間にかもう夏ですね。熱中症気をつけないとね。In a blink of an eye, it's already summer, so please be careful with heat stroke. Stay dehydrated, stay healthy, and I truly hope that the world will go better again. Well, the corona thing is soon going to be 2 years, right? That's all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the kind comments, supportive messages. And I hope to see everyone next week again. またね! 聞いてくれてありがとう! VKanon でした. This was we from Tokyo, Japan with lots of love. Minutes before I start this recording, I also thought of another keyword for P for planning, but at the end, I don't have really interesting things to mention. KiDoAiRaku when I do planning or regarding any plan. So something like happy would be if I plan for a trip, if I plan for shopping, if everything goes well, and when I'm confident with teaching plan will be for my kids, or for this recording will be like I'm the happiest when I have something to really talk about. And then when it comes to angry, well, I don't really like it when my plan make me should wake up early. But of course, there's no choice. And then, of course, there's sad when things don't go as planned, mostly during work though, because even though I plan for A, some of the kids may come without feeling good, or like maybe that day they just feel like doing something else, but I start to just let go, because at the end of the day, giving them a chance to learn while doing what they want to do is the key. And at last, it's the enjoy. Oh well, for angry, there's also like unexpected delays, such as maybe train or maybe some people came late. Well, I'm also the type who come late, so I can't talk much. Another one for sad would be something like when my outfit doesn't work. Well, this is going back to F for fashion. Well, I enjoy finding material for my kids, doing worksheets, and of course I enjoy doing the research when it's time for traveling. Trying to figure out where to eat, where to stay, well, something like that. そんなに面白くないでしょ It's not that interesting, right? I also thought of another P, which is probability, because I'm still into Loki's TV series where maybe there's another world or another dimension where Fichan is. Maybe I'll talk about that in R. For my planning, maybe I'll talk about it in S. Wonder what R and S will be? Well, stay tuned.